Hello, 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 Instagram. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I am excited to be cooking for you all today during this quarantine cooking lesson, as well as I am being powered by my partners, the Memphis Brand Initiative. We are Memphis. So I hope you guys come in and join me. So I was thinking all week, let me get my stool. There are a couple of house rules when we are cooking with Chef Eli. So we're going to go over the house rules real quick, okay? So this is how it goes. Chef Eli always cooks with a cocktail. And so today what I decided was everything is Memphis. So I want to do a quick couple of shout outs. Shout out to at Wanderlust 901 for my custom one-of-a-kind chef's coat. Thank you so much. I like to also say thank you. I have on my Cynthia Daniels 40 under 40. Hey, 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 hey. So yes, and I am drinking Guidance whiskey. So we are all things Memphis today. I hope you guys come in and join me. Today, I was thinking like, what do I want to prepare for you guys? And so my thoughts were, when all of this is over, right? I want to have some type of gathering for my friends that I miss seeing on a daily basis. And so we are going to be ambitious today. We're going to prepare 3 items, appetizers. I think small bites and things like that are really good for gatherings with friends. The food is not too heavy. You're going to be drinking. So what's up, man? Thank you guys so much for joining me. Be loved. So yes, that's what's going on. We're going to make 3 items today. We're going to do some crab stuffed mushrooms. We are going to do some black-eyed pea fritters. And I have come up with this weird combination. I'm going to do a fried green tomato with an avocado mash and some sauteed shrimp. So we're going to see how all that turns out. The reason why I chose these 3 dishes is because I think they really appeal to a mass group of people. You have something for vegetarians, and if you wanted to, you could opt out and make the black-eyed pea fritters completely vegan. Mine are going to be vegetarian. And we're going to do, like I said, crab stuffed mushrooms, black-eyed pea fritters. They're going to get an onion jam on top, and then we're going to finish that off with fried green tomatoes and avocado mash and sauteed shrimp. So if you're joining in with me, go ahead, grab you a cocktail. I'm having Guidance whiskey. I'm in everything Memphis. What's up, man? I hope you guys stay tuned in, and I hope you enjoy what we're cooking. So here I go. So what I've already done, because I don't want to keep you guys too long, is I made my crab dip already. So my crab dip is some lump blue crab. You can get it in the seafood section at your local grocery store. It comes in a can. You're going to take it, flake it. I have cream cheese, garlic, salt, pepper, hot sauce, lemon juice, and I have some roasted red bell peppers. So that's what's in my crab dip, okay? So I'm going to get that wrapped, keep it in the refrigerator so that it can be cool when we get ready to put it inside of our mushrooms. And then I'm going to go ahead and start marinating our mushrooms. So let me get this wrapped up. Where did I put that shit? Where did I put the wrap? So I don't know where I put the plastic wrap. Let's see where the plastic wrap is. Oh, okay. Okay, here we go. All right, so we have the plastic wrap, so I'm going to get this wrapped up and in the refrigerator. And then I'm going to start marinating our mushrooms. And from there, I'm going to go ahead and make our avocado mash so it can be cooling as well. So we got that. I have a bowl here that I'm going to marinate my mushrooms in. Right now, I'm only going to do 12, but I have 12 baby bellas. When you're shopping right now, the produce selection was kind of sparse because of everything, the pandemic and everything is going on. But make sure you can try and get really nice sized baby bellas so that you can stuff them good with the crab meat. And you're going to top those off with some Parmesan. So I'm going to get those inside of my bowl. There we go. And get my trusty measuring spoons. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do a half a cup of balsamic vinegar. It's going to help tenderize those mushrooms, give them some flavor. So we're going to do a half a cup of that. Boom, inside of our bowl. Set that to the side. And then we're gonna do a half cup as well of olive oil. So we're gonna get that in there. Okay? Then I'm gonna I have sitting over here, I have some fresh chopped garlic and a couple of my seasonings that I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of chopped garlic in there. I'm gonna put about a teaspoon of crushed red pepper. And then I'm going to do about a teaspoon of garlic. And if you haven't tuned into my lives on Facebook, I love Cavender's Greek seasoning. I kind of put that on everything. So that's that. So I have my mushrooms in. I'm going to grab some gloves because it will save us time. If you're just tuning in with me, thank you so much for joining me. We are preparing after quarantine party food. That's what I'm preparing. And so today we're going to make sure that we have some delicious dishes that are probably 1 or 2 bites, packed full of soul, packed full of flavor. So here we go. So I'm going to get those mushrooms marinating, and I'm going to set these off into a smaller container and set them off to the side for a minute so that they can get nice and marinated. And when we get ready to stuff them, we're going to put them in the oven at 350 degrees for about, let's just say about 10 minutes, okay? All right. So we have our mushrooms marinating. We're going to go ahead and get our avocado mash made. Okay, here we go. Avocado. So everyone knows that we're going to take our avocado, cut all around the core, right? That's how we cut an avocado. We're going to do a quick twist. Boom, there we go. Get that seed out. Boom, there we go. Gonna grab me a spoon here, and I'm just gonna spoon around the inside of that. Alrighty. Okay. Get that avocado in the bowl. Make sure you get that pit out of it as well. No one wants to bite into that, right? Alrighty, so we got that out. Get rid of my trash. Then I have, from there, I have a little salt, pepper, garlic that is already mixed up. We're gonna add that to it. Gonna put a little of my Greek seasoning. Grab behind here, I'm gonna squeeze a little lime juice in there as well so that it can give it a little acidity as well as it's gonna keep it from turning brown. So, there we go. We're gonna get that going. Alrighty, that's a little tough, so I'm gonna put on a glove, mash it up with my hand, you know, so we can get that process moving. So what have you guys been up to during the quarantine? I know for me, I've definitely had a lot of time for self-reflection and just, you know, where I want to go from here, what's really important and what matters. And I've actually had the opportunity to just, you know, deflate and just be with myself and have some me time. And I think since the quarantine was my first time cooking at home since 2018. So although it's not the best choice in time that I would like to spend, I've actually appreciated some of the down moments because it's helped me to understand some things and get some clarity. I hope you guys are staying safe, more importantly, staying at home, and that hopefully we'll be back to, I won't say our normal program because the reality is I don't think we'll ever go back to being where we were, but I think we'll be in a better place than we were before. It's just all about perspective and what you take from this time, and so that's what I'm doing. My motto through this entire transition has been shifting gears and finding new ways to use my gifts and my talents. So that's what I've been focused on. And so I have our avocado all mashed up. If you are just tuning in with me, we are doing after quarantine party food. And so I am going to be preparing a black-eyed pea fritter with the onion jam on top. It is definitely bringing back humanity. I am definitely grateful for that aspect of it. So we are doing a black-eyed pea fritter. with an onion jam on top. I'm going to do a fried green tomato with an avocado mash and sauteed shrimp. And we're going to finish that off with some crab stuffed mushrooms. And it's going to be topped with Parmesan. I am having a guidance whiskey peach and with a splash of Sprite. I hope you guys have got your cocktail and you're ready for the after party after the quarantine, okay? Alrighty, so here we go. I'm going to get this wrapped up and put it in the refrigerator so that it can cool. Alrighty, where's my hand sanitizer? There we go. Okay, so here we go. There we are. So now we are going to get our black-eyed pea fritter, the mix together for it, okay? So I have, this is really simple and easy. You can take the time and cook your own black-eyed peas if you want. I'm going to use some from the can for this recipe. So I have 3 cans of black-eyed peas that have been drained because you want to get that juice out of there. So I'm going to put them in my bowl. Alrighty, I have a mixture of panko breadcrumbs and cornmeal with a little parsley and some seasonings that I can't tell you about, or we'd have to have a really long, extensive conversation. None of us want to go through there, right? So here we go. And so I'm going to add that as well. I'm going to get these shrimp out of my way for a minute. And then I'm going to do about what am I doing? I'm going to do 1/8 of a cup of minced garlic. Okay. So we're going to get that put in there. I'm going to set this to the side while I chop my onion. We're going to do half of a whole red onion. We're going to dice it. We're going to get that in our bowl as well. We're also going to be using a red and green bell pepper, some cilantro, and cheddar cheese. Alrighty. So why don't you guys talk to me and tell me what you've been doing during this quarantine? If you are just tuning in with us, we are having after quarantine party food, which I'm definitely going to be making for my friends as soon as we can get back together. I really miss my friends. You never know the impact someone has on your life when you don't get to see them day to day. I think sometimes we take that for granted. Oh, I'll see you tomorrow, or oh, we'll spend time another day. But one thing I've learned from this time is to value time and the people that you're able to share time and space with. And so I'm definitely looking forward to the day where I can hang out with my friends and we can go to different bars and have cocktails and sit on rooftops and laugh and dance the night away and create new memories. I'm definitely looking forward to creating new memories with my friends. So if you're just tuning in with me, I am preparing black-eyed pea fritters with an onion jam. I'm going to have fried green tomatoes with an avocado mash and sauteed shrimp. And we're going to finish that appetizer after quarantine food with some crab stuffed mushrooms, and they're going to have Parmesan on top. So I'm going to get all of this red onion cut up, and it's going to go in our bowl. We've already added our breadcrumbs, cornmeal, and black-eyed peas. That's going to be 3 cans of black-eyed peas. You're going to do half an onion and a cup of panko breadcrumbs and cornmeal that are going to be mixed together. Because you want to have, the thing I love about cooking is creating different flavor profiles and textures and how all of those things just come together and create a sensation for you. That gets me excited. So I think if, people ask all the time, what is your secret? And I think, I learned probably about 7 years ago, I'm definitely the secret. But what do I think I'm good at? I think I'm good at building consistent flavor. And flavor is one of those things that, it's like anything else, cooking. If you really, it's something you have to continue to invest in. And so it's something I've been invested in since I was 8 years old. I started cooking inspired by the Memphis bookmobile, and I needed something to do for the summer. And so I started checking out cookbooks from the Memphis bookmobile, and they had a contest that summer. If you read the most books, you would win a bike. And so I definitely couldn't ride a bike at 8, but I read the most cookbooks, and my brother, He actually took the bike and stripped it for parts and sold it, but you know, such is life. I think I actually learned to ride a bike, I was about 17. Not something I was really interested in. So as I said before, I'm preparing the mixture for our black-eyed pea fritters. I'm going to go ahead and throw, you know, cheese is just one of my favorite foods. So I'm going to throw a cup and a half of cheddar cheese inside of that mixture as well. And so we're going to get these bell peppers cut so we can add those. Definitely been one of my biggest gifts. Definitely been one of my biggest gifts. You know, there's nothing like clarity. I've had people say to me before, you know, you ask a lot of questions or you really want to be clear. You know, when we are clear, we don't have any misunderstandings, right? That's what I like. I don't like misunderstandings, particularly with people that I value and I care about, because a lot of times they're really never about anything. It's really about us just want to be heard, right? We all, at the end of the day, no matter who we are, no matter what notoriety we receive, we all need the same thing. We all want to be seen and heard and cared for. And so I think a lot of times, you know, we just, clarity is important in all situations. That's business and professional. Never take anything. If you feel that someone is not clear, ask the question. All they can do is answer it or not answer it, right? So we're going to get back to the food. I'm going to take a moment, have me a sip of my cocktail. If you are just joining me, please grab a cocktail. I'm drinking Guidance Whiskey. We're doing all things Memphis. We're going to make 3 small bites for an after quarantine party, which consists of black-eyed pea fritters, onion jam, and we're going to have a fried green tomato with an avocado mash, sauteed shrimp, and crab stuffed mushrooms. Alrighty, so I got my bell pepper, my yellow bell pepper cut up. I'm going to get that in my bowl. Alright, and then get my red cut up. So I'm just doing like a half of a bell pepper, half of an onion. That's going to be a yellow and red. And what I love about this dish is it's not conventional. You know, when I first introduced it, I did it for King Day here in Memphis back in January. And we were asked to prepare some food for some special guests. And so we had a King's Day brunch. And I did a little research to see what was some of Dr. King's favorite food, and so I just decided to do my take on those dishes, and that's how the black-eyed pea fritter evolved. And so it's actually Chef Tams of Chef Tams Underground. It's one of her favorite things. This, I think, and the soul roll. Those are her 2 favorite things. She absolutely loves them. She always comes by, her and her husband, Nick. They're pretty awesome. And so this is one of her favorite things to eat. And so I'm almost done cutting up my red bell pepper. And I just like to speak on, you know, what I have loved about being a Memphian. Let me tell you, I love Memphis. Memphis is just, you know, one of the best places in the world. You know, I love my city. It's filled with so much culture. We have a lot more diversity than we're given credit for. And over the last 5 to 7 years, food has really evolved from the notion that we're just barbecue. We're no longer just barbecue anymore. We have a lot of international cuisine that exists here in Memphis, and we have some people doing some creative and innovative things with food. And so I'm excited to be a Memphian. I'm excited for us to be celebrating a century of soul. And I just look forward to see Memphis in the future and where we are and how we're going to grow in an awesome city that I know that we are becoming daily. Okay, so the last thing that I am going to add is, well, as far as ingredients I got to chop up. I hate chopping too. I think I'm spoiled though, but I don't really like chopping. Gets on my nerves. So mundane, right? Anyway, so I have some cilantro that I'm going to add. And then from there, we're going to add all of our wet ingredients. We're going to get that mixed up. And then we're going to start getting everything cooked off so we can enjoy some after quarantine party food, okay? Let me get 2 eggs and I'll be right back with you guys. So while I was getting my eggs, I had a Chef Ramsay moment in my mind. I was like, if this was a real show and there was production and they left the damn eggs out, how would I feel? I felt like that when I walked back. I was thinking to myself, why did you leave the damn eggs? But anyway, so here's the eggs, okay? So we're gonna get our eggs in our bowl. I'm gonna actually use 3 eggs, okay? 3 eggs. And if you are just tuning in, I'm so glad that you took time out of your night to join in with me. We are making after quarantine party food that is going to be packed with flavor and definitely packed with some soul. We are having black-eyed pea fritters with an onion jam, fried green tomatoes with an avocado mash, and sauteed shrimp and crab stuffed mushrooms topped with some toasted Parmesan. All right, that's what we're having. So let me get this mixed up. So inside of here, I have black-eyed peas, red and yellow bell pepper, cheddar cheese, cilantro, onion, cornmeal, parsley, 3 eggs, and now I'm going to add, don't judge me, mayo. I know, but hey, it's the South, right? So here we go. I'm going to add that to it. I'm going to do 2 cups of mayo. No, I'm not going to measure it, but you add 2 cups. And if you want to get these recipes, I'm going to pass them along to my partners. Thank the Memphis Brand Initiative again for allowing me this opportunity. They will have the recipes as well. You can go to by Chef Eli on Instagram or Elijah Townsend on Facebook, and I will have these recipes available for you. Alrighty, so let's get our mayo in. Let's get this mixture made up, and we are going to begin to get all of our things ready to prepare and plate. Alrighty, so about 2 cups of mayo. So I'm going to get all of that mixed up together, and then we're going to make us some patties. I'm just going to do 4 for us today so we can just get an example of what it should look like. But these go a long way. It's inexpensive. Just so you guys know, I spent, let's see, $45, which is not bad to have crab and shrimp and all that jazz. So it's pretty cool. So, if your mixture happens to, so if your mixture happens to be a little loose, you can add some more, just a little more cornmeal, or you can add regular flour. All that's going to do is help it bind together, okay? And mine is currently in this state, so. Oh, here we go. A ram in the bush. I had more and didn't even know. So here we go. I'm going to add about another cup of cornmeal and breadcrumbs, just to make sure that it's going to make a nice solid patty to fry, okay? And after I get these patties, these fritters patted out, I'm going to put them in the freezer for about 5 minutes tops, just so they can be solid when you get ready to fry them. You don't want to do it at room temperature because it's going to be hard for them to really fry like you would like them to, okay? So here we go. That's what they're going to look like. We're going to get these on a plate, and then I'm going to put them in the freezer for about 5 minutes, and we're going to get our mushroom stuff. All right. So here we go. And these fritters are actually, are you hungry? What are you going to eat? Yes, let me tell you about Memphis food. I just love that, you know, there are a lot of people here who really care about their food and what they present to people. And what I've loved during the quarantine is that, you know, I've just seen some really great acts of humanity exist. Oh, so I'm talking, guess what? I have not added one damn flavor to this, okay? So let's backtrack, okay? I did add a tablespoon of garlic, right? But I'm going to add some Greek seasoning to that. I don't know what I was thinking, who I was cooking for. I'm going to add a little dry parsley to that. And then, just to really complement that cilantro, I'm going to add a pack of Sazon seasoning. Sazon, excuse me, Jeremy. And then we're going to get that mixed back up. And then we're going to go ahead and get it into patties, into the freezer for about 5 minutes. And then from there, we are going to stuff our mushrooms, get those in the oven, and begin to fry our green tomatoes and saute off our shrimp. So, if you are just tuning in with me, I hope you grab a cocktail. I'm having Guidance whiskey with pineapple juice and a splash of Sprite. I am preparing black-eyed pea fritters with the onion jam. There we go. So we're going to do 4 of those. That'll make for a really nice presentation. There we go. I'm going to get these in the freezer. I'll be right back. Alrighty. And so I'm going to set this to the side. You can make this the day before. The flavor will really be set in well, and go ahead and pat them all out. At that point, you do not have to put them in the freezer. You just refrigerate, okay? So, I have a sheet pan that is lined here. We're going to get our mushrooms laid out. We're going to stuff them with our crab and top them off with a little Parmesan. And we're going to put them in the oven for about 10 minutes at 350 degrees. And once the mushrooms get tender, I'm going to actually turn it on broil so that Parmesan cheese can caramelize and get a nice crust and become bubbly and just really great when you take a bite into it, okay? So here we go. We're going to get these laid out and separated because we don't want them to touch. We want everything to have its own space and breathe, right? And my crab dip, let's grab it. Alrighty. So here's our crab dip. And basically you just want to stuff your Bella with the crab dip, okay? So mine is going to kind of run over because I want people to really get the flavor. So we're going to sit that inside of there and just stuff it really nicely. There we go. Oh. And so if you're just tuning in with me, I am preparing black-eyed pea fritters with the onion jam, crab stuffed mushrooms topped with some Parmesan, and I'm doing I already said that. Fried green tomatoes with avocado mash and sauteed shrimp. Alrighty, so all of our mushrooms are stuffed. We're going to top it off with some Parmesan. We're going to set our timer for 10 minutes. And then right on the when our timer goes off, we're going to take it to broil so that this Parmesan can caramelize, get a nice color, build a nice crust, and we'll go from there. Let's get these in the oven. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you all so much for joining me. Alrighty. Alright, so our mushrooms are ready to go in the oven. Remember, set your timer for 10 minutes. Alrighty. Alright, so we have those going. I can get all of this out of my way. Now, we're going to get our tomatoes cut so we can begin frying. I'm going to go ahead and get my oil on so that it can be hot and warm and ready to fry our tomatoes. So I have my oil on a medium-high temperature. I'm going to go ahead and get these tomatoes cut. And after we get our tomatoes cut, I'm going to go ahead and start our onion jam so that it can be ready. and it can go on top of our black-eyed pea fritters. All right, we have our tomatoes. Let's get the rest of this onion. We're going to do thin slices of half circles or half moons. Get that off of there. Oh, shit. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do first with our onion jam, I have a little white wine. I'm going to do a cup of white wine. I'm going to let that reduce, and then I'll add our onions. It consists of onions, balsamic vinegar, brown sugar, crushed red pepper, and garlic. Okay? So our wine is already here. And our wine is reducing here. Then from there, we're going to add our onions and a little olive oil. We're going to let those simmer down a little bit. Add some crushed red pepper, brown sugar, and balsamic vinegar. And that will be our onion jam for our black-eyed pea fritters. So while we have our oil going for our fried green tomatoes, I'm going to get ready and get our onion jam going, and our mushrooms are in the oven. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. If you want the recipe, you can inbox me at by Chef Eli on Instagram, and I will pass this information along to We Are Memphis. Thank you guys so much for joining in. I'm drinking Guidance whiskey, pineapple juice, and Sprite. I hope you guys are enjoying the cocktail. More importantly, I hope that you're staying safe and staying at home. Okay, so let's get this going. So we're getting our onions in our pan so that they can get that flavor. It's important when you're using alcohol to go ahead and let it reduce so that you can get that, burn that alcohol off, and you're getting the natural sweetness of everything that's inside of that wine. Because if not, no one wants to eat alcohol, if that makes any sense, right? So here we are. So I'm going to add a little olive oil to that. All right, there we go. Going to go ahead and add some garlic to that. And then once they begin to tenderize, that's when I'm going to add the balsamic vinegar and all of the other spices, okay? So now we're going to get our batter together for our fried green tomatoes. What I like to do is I dredge them in flour first, put them in an egg wash, dredge them again, and then begin to fry them. So here we go. Why can't I find flour that I like? Thank you. So here we go. So I have my batter for my fried green tomatoes. I'm going to grab 2 more eggs and create me a wash. And then I'll have that going as well. So set that off to the side. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and get some oil in my pan for our black-eyed pea fritters. We're going to get those fried up and plated and tried while we wait on our mushrooms and our fried green tomato with our avocado mash and sauteed shrimp. Okay. Our olive oil is in our pan. Gonna get that turned on. I'm gonna turn our fritters to a medium temperature because we want that oil to heat up naturally. We don't want it to burn. We want a nice color on our fritters. We want them to have a nice crust on each side, yet still soft and flavorful on the inside. If you are just tuning in with me, you are cooking with Chef Eli virtually. I am preparing black eyed pea fritters with an onion jam, fried green tomatoes with an avocado mash, and a sauteed shrimp on top. And we're going to finish this quarantine party food with crab stuffed mushrooms topped with Parmesan. They are in the oven. They have 4 minutes left, so we shall see what they look like when they come out. And we're going to go ahead and get our oil going for our fried green tomatoes as well as our black eyed pea fritters. And we're going to stand here. I'm going to plate everything for you, let you guys see what it looks like. I'm going to taste it. I guess I can't taste it with you because you're not here with me. And then we're going to go from there, okay? Alrighty. So I'm going to go ahead in my pan for my onion jam that I'm preparing. I've already reduced about a cup of Pinot Grigio. Then I added my onions and some garlic. Now I'm going to add some crushed red pepper, some dried parsley, brown sugar, and balsamic vinegar. So I'm going to do a half a cup, of brown sugar. Make sure you get it really packed so that you definitely have a half a cup of brown sugar. Scale off the top, make sure that it's even. We're going to get that put in. I'm going to do a tablespoon each of crushed red pepper and dried parsley. As I told you before, I put Cavenders in everything, so I'm going to add about a teaspoon of Cavenders as well. And this is, like I said, this is a menu item that I came up with at Sage, which I just want to take a moment to say thank you guys so much for all of the love and support that you have shown Sage. We are Memphis, the Memphis Brand Initiative. We are excited and we value our relationship with you as downtown partners and Memphis enthusiasts. And so I just like to take an opportunity just to thank everyone who has ever patronized Sage or supported us in any manner. We so miss you guys, and we're ready to come back with some new things. We've still been working on a few things while we've been down, but we are excited to get back to the new normal is what I'll call it. We are definitely excited about that. So I'm going to check on my onions. They seem to be doing well. My oil for my fritters, they're heating up. So what I like to do when I'm frying something like that, be it cornbread, fritters, crab cakes, what I like to do is when they're almost done, I take just a slither of butter and slide it down in the pan so we can get that taste on the top of that. So I'm definitely going to be doing that as well. All right. So let's see here. Check on my oil for my green tomatoes. We're not there yet. Our mushrooms have about 1 minute and 30 seconds. They're getting ready to come out. If you are just tuning in, hey, let me tell you, I have gotten so many messages about soul rolls. We're trying to do, let me see what I can come up with, okay? I don't know if I want to do, let's see what I can come up with about a soul roll, because you're about the 100th person to mention a soul roll to me. So we definitely, even if it's just, if we have, what do you guys think about a soul roll Saturday? That's all I'm preparing, but you can come pick up as many soul rolls. If you think that's a good idea, send me some hearts and I'll make that happen. Soul roll Saturday. What do you think? Give me your thoughts. All righty. So our onions are definitely getting to where, oh, we have hearts. All righty, I'm going to make that happen. Okay? Soul Roll Saturday coming soon, okay? All righty. So our onions are doing well, I'm going to get our fritters out of the freezer so we can get ready and fry those off, and we're going to plate those. And from there, then we're going to try them as well. And then our mushrooms should be coming out soon. Once they're done, I'm going to turn it to broil, again, as I said, so that the mushroom is tender, but we can get some color with that Parmesan cheese and add just another level of texture and flavor as well. Alrighty, so our mushrooms. Alrighty, royal. Alrighty, you really got to be careful when you're putting things on broil, because let me tell you, it can turn ugly quick, right? So you guys, in a minute and 30 seconds, somebody say broil. Okay, so now don't forget the damn mushrooms, and you know, that part of the cooking show is over, right? Alrighty. So our mushrooms, our onions are doing well. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the balsamic vinegar to our onion jam. So the onion jam is sweet and savory. It's really a great complement to the black eyed pea fritter. The black eyed pea fritter is packed with flavor. It has onions, bell peppers, cilantro, a little sazon, garlic, of course, Greek seasoning. And so let me go ahead and add that cup. Where's my cup? Oh, right here. Half a cup, sorry, of balsamic vinegar, and let it reduce, because it's going to add a level of sweetness as well. There we go. There we go with that. Alrighty. Our fritters are ready to go in. So I'm about to do our fritters. We're going to do them about 3-4 minutes on each side. We just want the inside to get warm, the outside to have a nice crust on them. And we're going to sit there and try them here in a minute. Alrighty. So let's get those in. All right. So our fritters are in. I'm going to get a plate ready for them so that when they come out, some of that oil can drain off of those. Yes, black eyed peas. I don't know if that is a good thing or a bad sign. I can't really see that it's so small. But so yeah, black eyed peas. And let me tell you. Yes, black eyed pea fritters. If you are just joining in with me, we are preparing black eyed pea fritters with an onion jam, fried green tomatoes with an avocado mash, and sauteed shrimp. And we are having crab stuffed mushrooms, which I need to check the mushrooms. Let's see here. Oh, almost there. Almost there. So it looks like the mushrooms may be ready before the fritters. We'll see. I already have everything laid out for me that is called, just to give you guys a little knowledge, mise en place. Is all of your ingredients ready, prepared, so that you can execute your dish at your best ability at full capacity. So I have all of my plating dishes sitting here. All of my ingredients are to the left of me. My whiskey, I love whiskey. It's sitting on my little motivation for my show. Okay, so let's check on our fritters. All right, yeah. Oh, those look yummy already. All right. All right. So our mushrooms are coming out. We're going to get these plated up. I'm going to show you guys what they look like. Really simple, easy. This whole process, I guess, will probably take less than an hour. Let's hope. That's the deal we made. Okay. So I'm going to get those plated up. When I'm plating, I definitely plate with my with the ideal of people eat with their eyes. So you want to make things as appealing as possible so that when someone sees it, it's like, oh, I want to try that where it is. So my first thought is to have color, texture, taste, all of those things need to be present when you're plating food, okay? So I have this little wooden Asian block that I'm going to put my mushrooms on. I'm going to pick the best looking ones. Ooh, hot. I have some mixed greens here that I'm just going to garnish with. And before I finish that, let me check on our fritters, because I hear them popping back here. So, okay, the fritters are good. Our onion jam is ready. So we're going to get that in a bowl to the side. Alrighty, so we're going to get our mushrooms plated, and then from there, we're going to get our fritters plated, and then we're going to, before I do that, let's go ahead and get our shrimp started so that as soon as they come out, the tomatoes and the shrimp come out at the same time, and we'll be done, okay? Alrighty, mushrooms. Alrighty, so there are our mushrooms. I'm going to get a little slice of lemon, because we can squeeze a little lemon juice on that seafood. Alrighty, so let's see what these look like, okay? Alrighty, here we go. Now how do I turn this? Oh, there we go. And those are our crab stuffed mushrooms. Turn that back around. Alrighty, we can help you do that, Dove. Plating skills are easy. Let's check on our fritters, okay? Alrighty. Oh yes, exactly where I want them to be. We got about 2 more minutes on one side, and then we'll be done with our fritters. Alrighty, I'm going to get some oil in our pan for our shrimp. I'm going to get our shrimp in the pan. Let me grab a glove so that I don't cross-contaminate anything. We don't want someone who's going to eat the fried green tomato and have a shrimp allergy, right? So we got that. Alrighty, I'm going to do a little salt, a little pepper, to your taste, because you know, I know some people who love flavorful food. I'm going to add some garlic to that. A little smoked paprika, a little lemon juice, and then we're going to go ahead and get our tomatoes ready to go in as well. Alrighty, what did I do? Oh, here we go. So I'm going to get my tomatoes in a bag. First, I'm going to get them in flour, and then I'm going to dip them in an egg, wash, and we're going to get them to our pan. Alrighty. Yeah, this is like the old school way. This is how my mama used to bread stuff, my grandmother, but they would probably have a paper bag, right? So, here we go. Our green tomatoes, and these take 4 minutes tops maybe. We're going to get those in. Our shrimp are sauteing, and you really want to get a great color on that shrimp so that it complements the avocado and the green tomato. Our last tomato. Alrighty. There we go. Alrighty, I'm going to get our tomatoes in our oil. Oh, they are ready to go in too. I'm going to get our shrimp turned up a little bit, turn our fritters off, and we're going to begin to plate our fritters, okay? Let's get our fritters. Remember, we want to drain some of the oil off of the fritters so that they're not saturated when we get ready to plate them, okay? So we're going to get those out. Check on that. Great color with these, okay? Great color. Color, texture are important with plating food because, again, people eat with their eyes, okay? So here we go. That's all done. I'm going to set them over here for a minute so that some of that oil can drain off and absorb in our cloth. We have our shrimp going. Our green tomatoes are actually almost ready as well. So. Okay, so let's get our black-eyed pea fritters plated. There we go. I'm going to add a little, where's our onion jam? Oh, here we go right here. So that's going to go straight on the top in the center of your fritter, right? And you can do that to your taste. I happen to love onion. I don't just like it, I love onion. I can't think of too many things that I prepare and I don't add onion to it. It's just essential, I think. So there we go with that. Our tomatoes sound like they're ready, so let me check on them. They're screaming over here at me. So our tomatoes are ready. Get those out of the oil as well. So we have our tomatoes ready. We're just waiting on our shrimp. All right, so let's finish plating our black-eyed pea fritters, okay? All righty, there we are. There we are. Just a little piece of cilantro to garnish in the center of our onion jam. All right, and let's see what that looks like. First, let me get my station a little cleaned up, you know. I tell you, my guys at work, they spoil me. They take great care of me. Shout out to my guys at Sage, Chef Jules, Chef Dion, Chef Brett. Thank you guys so much for just being a part of the Sage family and supporting my vision that's up there in my head. So let's take a look at the black-eyed pea fritters, okay? Let me tell you, these have become one of my favorite things, right? Because they are just so flavorful. Okay, if this ever turns around. Let's see here. Oh, so here we are. These are our black, let me get some good light here. My shadow's in the way. Our black-eyed pea fritters with our onion jam. Oh, if you guys could just, for a moment, smell what the kitchen smells like, right? So we're going to set these to the side, get ready to plate our green tomatoes, and we are done with our quarantine party food, okay? All right. Okay. So, the last but not least, we're going to do our fried green tomatoes. So I'm going to plate 2. We're going to center those with about 2 inches of space. Get our avocado. And we want to get a nice amount of avocado on there so our shrimp can just sit up and be the center of attention. This is an avocado mash with some salt, pepper, garlic, a little lime juice. So we're going to get that in there. Our shrimp are ready. So let's see what we're doing. I know what we're doing. Ready. All righty. And now I get to do what I love to do more than cook, and that's eat, right? Who doesn't love to eat? So there we go. Alrighty, where's my lemon? Because I definitely want to be able to squeeze a little lemon juice on top of that shrimp. Where's my chef's knife? So I'm going to do some really thin slices of lemon. Oh, yeah. Alrighty. My lemon doesn't want to cooperate, but there we go. I think I got it. And so here is the last of our dishes for the night. There we go. That is our fried green tomato with avocado mash and sauteed shrimp. Make sure when you get ready to eat that, squeeze that lemon. It will change your life. So if you happen to just have tuned in with me, tonight I have been preparing quarantine after party food. I prepared black-eyed pea fritters with an onion jam, fried green tomatoes with an avocado mash and sauteed shrimp, and crab-stuffed mushrooms. I've been drinking on a little guidance whiskey with pineapple juice and Sprite. I thank you guys so much for joining in with me. So if you haven't tuned into my live feed that happens on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 p.m. via Facebook, I end each live with a song. So here's the song that I decided to dedicate to you all for tuning in with me, cooking with me. If you are interested in the recipes, you can contact me on Instagram at by Chef Eli or Facebook Elijah Townsend. Or you can contact We Are Memphis. I'll make sure that they get the recipes. Here is my song to you all. Memphis, stay strong. If you're not here in Memphis and you're watching via somewhere else, stay home, stay strong. We will come out better on the other side of this. So here we go. I put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain. W.C. Handy, won't you look down over me? Yeah, I got a first class ticket, but I'm blue as a boy could be. I was walking in Memphis. I was walking with my feet 10 feet off a bill, walking in Memphis, yes. But do you really feel the way I feel? Ooh, yes. See, I put on my blue suede shoes cruise and I'm boarded the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta blows. In the middle of the pouring rain. Thank you, Memphis, so much for tuning in. I hope to see you guys soon. Be kind, show love and compassion, and remember, we are